The White House is sending Wisconsin $375,000 to help fight the heroin epidemic across the state. It's impacting doctors, lawyers, teachers, even former police officers. News 3 investigative reporter Adam Schreger has the story of a one-time hero cop now battling a different demon.
Thomas Drury doesn't know how or when his son Patrick got addicted to heroin, but he knows that the kid who always wanted to help, who grew up wanting to be a cop, has now spent his last few months running from them. There's a trust factor at the Shepherd's Meadow golf course that goes beyond the mulligan between friends. It's a trust that was violated in July.
Anytime there's a burglary, especially during the daytime, we take it very serious.
Poynette Police Sergeant Eric Fisher responded to the course shed after 2 sets of clubs were stolen. He quickly tracked down a suspect.
What it appears is there's an addiction, a drug addiction.
He arrested 34-year-old Patrick Drury for the crime. Fisher discovered since this spring Drury is also suspected of stealing golf clubs in Dane County, and he was arrested in Minnesota on charges of credit card fraud after he allegedly stole a purse and tried to buy $2,000 worth of lottery tickets. But Fisher didn't need a database to tell him who Drury was. He knew he was a former cop, an officer from just down the road in Lodi.
It's sad. It's sad. As a police officer, we're human like anybody else.
The photos of Patrick Drury now contrast with the images his dad prefers to remember.
The whole experience has been so traumatic that it's hard for me to say what's bottom.
Thomas Drury says his sons always wanted to help people, and since high school, he wanted to do so as a cop.
Policing was very consistent with the type of individual he was.
Patrick was hired out of training as an officer in Lodi. He cared about his community and his career. He earned a reputation as a hero.
It didn't surprise me that that's what his passion was law enforcement.
He rescued 2 people from a burning car in 2008. It was front-page news in the community when the Columbia County Sheriff recognized that Patrick was good at what he did.
That's the son I know, and that's the son I believe he still is. We've got to separate him as an individual from the substance abuse. Substance
abuse is what his dad thinks turned a hero into an alleged thief.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because he had a lot going for him.
Sergeant Eric Fisher says he sees it all the time. Drugs, he says, don't discriminate.
We're a small community. It obviously impacts us. It impacts everybody.
We wake up every day right now thankful that our son is alive.
Thomas Drury sharing Patrick's story to break the stigma surrounding heroin addiction.
Frankly, I think some people look at it as moral failure versus the disease that it is.
A disease that's turned the images of a young man dedicated to helping others into one who needs help himself.
He's a good person with a good heart. And when he gets into recovery, that's the Patrick that we're going to see again.
Patrick's recovery process may take place in jail. He is now facing felony charges in each of those 3 different jurisdictions. In a written statement, he told us he had been blessed by everything that a person could want in life until addiction took over. And he says he hopes that his story will serve as a warning to anyone else who's tempted by drugs. In Madison, Adam Schreger, WISC News 3.
And Tom Drury says he hopes by sharing his son's story, there will be a greater conversation throughout our community about how to make it easier for families dealing with addiction to navigate the system.